Let's look at solving systems of linear equations using the substitution method. And let's look at this problem here. Solving 3x plus y is equal to 1, 2x plus 2y is equal to minus 6. Now there's two basic methods to solve this, neither one are fine, but today we're going to focus on the substitution method. And if you need to review the steps for substitution method, here are the steps here. And just pause the video to write this down if you need to. But basically we're going to solve one equation for one variable, and we're going to try to choose a variable with a coefficient of 1 or minus 1. It's going to make it much easier if we do that. Then we're going to plug our answer from step 1 into the other equation. Now that's very important. We have to use the equation we didn't use in step number 1. It doesn't matter what step we used, or which equation we used in step 1, but we have to use the other one in step number 2. And then we solve for that, and we get either x or y is equal to some number, and we plug that into any equation. And I'll point out what exactly I mean with that. Then, of course, to check it, you plug in the x and y values into the original two equations to see if it works. So let's go ahead and look at this problem. And if you notice here, the coefficient of this is 3. The coefficient of this is 1, 2, and 2. So I'm going to solve for that y right there. So let me just rewrite that problem. 3x plus y is equal to 1. And then I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And then I get y is equal to 1 minus 3x. That's the end of step problem number 1. And then after I do that, I have to plug it into the other equation. Remember, when we were talking about our steps, we stressed that it was the other equation. So in this case, the other equation here would be this. 2x plus 2y is equal to minus 6. And I'm going to plug in y right here. So I get 2x plus 2, 1 minus 3x is equal to minus 6. Now if you look at this equation, that's just a simple linear equation that we did in an earlier chapter. So we're going to distribute the 2. 2x plus 2 minus 6x is minus 6. I'm going to combine like terms, so the 2x and minus 6x is a minus 4x plus 2 is minus 6. I want to get the x by itself, so I want to subtract 2 from both sides. Minus 4x is minus 8. And divide by minus 4. If I divide by minus 4, then I get minus 8 divided by minus 4. The negatives cancel, and that becomes a positive 2. And I'm just going to circle that. So that's the first two steps. If you refer back to our steps here, solve for one equation for one variable, then plug in your answer from step number 1 into the other equation and solve it. Now step 3 is we're going to plug in your answer from step 2 into any equation. Here's your answer for step number 2, x2. What do I mean by any equation? I mean I can use either one of the original equations here, this one or this one, or I can use the equation I got from step number 1. It doesn't matter. This is usually going to be easier, so let's do that, but it wouldn't matter. Y is equal to 1 minus 3x, plug in a 2. Y is equal to 1 minus 3 times 2, 1 minus 6, and you get y is equal to minus 5. And then you're done. X is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus 5. Now typically the way we write that is in what's called an ordered pair, in the form of the x first, comma y with parentheses, or in this case 2 comma minus 5. And then you're done. So we might want to ask, well, what if this was a test or a quiz and we want to make sure we get the right answer? Then the way we would check it is we would plug these two answers into the original two equations. So here we're going to plug in x is equal to 2, y is equal to minus 5, and we're going to check it. And in order for this to work out, it's going to work out for both of these equations. You have 3 times 2 plus a negative 5 is equal to 1. Let's just simplify that. That's 6 plus a minus 5 is 1. 6 plus a minus 5, that's going to be positive 1, so that works. And then I'm going to check the other one. So you get 2x plus 2y is minus 6. So you have 2 times 2 plus 2 times minus 5 is minus 6. So you're not solving anything here. What you're doing is you have a value for x and y, and you're going to plug it into each one of these equations and see if it's a true statement. That's what it means to check it here. So that's 4 2 times a negative 5 is going to be a negative 10. So that's 4 minus 10 is minus 6. You get minus 6 is minus 6, so that checks out too. What that means is this: you did the problem right, and that's your answer.